Newsflash, brought to you by the Expose editor, copyrighted July 15th, 2015, Simi Valley, California, 93063, USA, all rights reserved. Upward and forward is me, my motto, and what I present the future. The newsflash is the USA admits and brags it is a King George, Queen Hoover hypocrisy. Rotted, corrupted, and that's what they figure is going to be forced on those who oppose them, those who want to have the people really represent themselves and not the shadow government. They don't work now in the shadow. They do it right out in the open. They're criminally insane, masturbating, King George, Queen Hoover, gyrational, weird nonsense. And they figure that way they can control yours truly and others that they like. There's, I think, something Crowley, Kathleen or Kelly Crowley, exposed them, the crimes against her. You look it up. Those that they have tried to, that they have actually murdered or crippled or they force into anonymity. Yeah, they're rotted and corrupted from the top down. From the top down, they're corrupted. No. What could I and others do? Well, we present the true facts. We tell others to spread the word so that the majority say we have to get a real, back to what we should be, a real democracy, not a controlled by King George, Queen Hoover, criminally insane by the gun. You think about it. You think about it. They killed Kennedy, got him out. President Kennedy. Bobby Kennedy was going to be president, and they killed him and got him out. Martin Luther King was making a move to expose Hoover to replace him, and he was murdered. Governor George Wallace was the leader, and now this was after he said, I'm going to do what's really good for the people. And they said, well, what about Hoover? He says, oh, well, I'll replace him. And within 4 days, he was shot. And he was out. These are the true facts. Ronald Reagan, they used him, actor Ronald Reagan. He got the vote, and they went and kill him, and they George Bush Sr. take over. The George Bush Sr., J. Edgar Hoover, King George, he says we should rule. We're connected with royalty with England. The King George, Queen Hoover, hypocrisy. They have a circle jerk of which they say, let's do this to kill off this guy or cripple him or make sure he doesn't get any power for what he should have, and then he'll replace the corruption, the corrupted, the rotted, corrupted that has now is the shadow government. And then they say, well, we'll do this, we'll make noise, we'll do this, we'll make him, we'll say, we'll trap, we'll frame him, this, that. And they do this, and they say, well, this is what it is. And they're playing with themselves. Who cares about them running around and all that? They're masturbating They're playing with themselves. Circle jerk, masturbation at the top, giving these orders, and they run around, and that's what it is for this national and international. And others uproarious laughter at the criminally insane King George, Queen Hoover hypocrisy. If it doesn't collapse, when's we going to be replaced? Because they officially admit, they actually put forward that they are a King George, Queen Hoover hypocrisy. Yeah, that's the state of the U.S.A. That's the news flash, and the sooner the majority of the people say, no, we want somebody that is really be a president for the people, not this King George, Queen Hoover criminally insane hypocrisy. That's what this expose editor is forced to present. And all those who pass that on and say, hey, pass this message on, let's get it moving, let's get it rolling, let's get somebody in there that's really for the people. All I need is 1 year. In 1 year, I'd straighten this country right out. And then I'd say, okay, I get a vice president, of course, younger than I, and might be a lady. And I'd say, okay, after 1 year, I got to straighten out now. You just keep it going. And really, so spread the good word that I must obtain my constitutional rights, Bill of Rights, civil rights, law of God and man. I must obtain something of justice and honors and financial compensation from my Xerox. I did the real invention of Xerox. Absolutely, I have videos, I prove it. And what about light applications to electromagnetic radiation? The futuristic science of the coherent beam. Did the original work complete, gave it the name. You understand who I really am? So spread the word. Say, let's get this man justice, honors, and financial compensation for him and for you. Please do. Thank you.